Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. I have a very awesome cosplayer that we're interviewing today. She goes by the name of Stardust Megu. Hello.
Hello. Hey, everyone.
It's nice. How are you doing?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm doing all right, doing all right. Just, another busy work day and then coming home to some interviews. So is this your first time, doing this type of thing, any type of interviewing?
Actually, no, this is gonna be like my second time in like a podcast.
Oh, nice, nice. Do tell us about
Yeah.
the first.
Oh, so the first was the podcast was from Love My Body, and I did this like last year, and basically Heather, she interviewed me in her podcast or whatever. It was
Mm-hmm.
pretty fun though. We went through a lot more of my cosplay life, and I also promote body positivity as well. So we talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
She's really amazing. So yeah,
Nice, nice. And where could we find that podcast at?
you can find on Instagram, Facebook,
Okay,
and I
okay.
believe Twitter as well.
Under like what name?
It was like Love Brain is like frozen. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Nah, no problem.
Give me 1 second.
Oh,
One
no
one
problem,
second.
no problem. In the meantime, and say while you're looking for that, I guess I can go ahead and queue up
Yes,
a
there
few
it's called.
questions. Oh, go ahead.
Oh yeah, I got it's Love Your Bod.
Love your bod. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
Love Your Bod.
Definitely have to check that out after the interview.
Yay.
Yeah.
And she also has a website too as well.
Oh, nice. What's the website?
Oh, it's not a website, but it's on a Spotify for like all the podcasts and
Oh, okay,
stuff.
okay.
So
Gotcha.
yeah,
All right. Well, cool, cool, cool. Definitely have to check that out later.
yeah. I can send you a link like after this if you want.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That works.
Okay.
Perfect. So, starting things off, what got you into cosplay?
Okay, so this is kind of like a long-ish story.
Not a
Maybe
problem.
I actually knew what cosplaying was around like 2005 or 6,
Hmm.
but I didn't actually start it until 2010.
Hmm.
I discovered like I said, I discovered it through like 2005 and 6 because during that time I'm very into anime and stuff. I love watching anime from back then. I still love watching anime now. So like around that time, my parents got us this our home computer is like this gateway old computer
Oh
or
yeah, I
whatever.
remember them.
Yeah, you remember
Oh
gateway
yeah.
with the cow design and stuff or
Yes,
whatever.
yes.
So then that was during the time like YouTube first came out, like back when you watch anime episodes in 3-part videos
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
stuff like that. So I used
Back
to
in,
watch anime. So yeah, I used to watch anime a lot, like Gundam Wing, Mermaid Melody, all
yeah.
that.
Hmm.
And then like I used to look up like my favorite characters on Google. I used to print out photos and put in like a little scrapbook or whatever. And
Nice.
yeah, but then that's when through Google I saw people dressing up as like my favorite characters and stuff. And that's how like I discovered, like cosplay.com and DeviantArt and all that. I'm like, all right, this looks amazing and
Hmm.
stuff. I want to join in on this, but the thing is, prior to this, I actually was bullied a lot at
Ooh, sorry
um
to hear that.
at school. Yeah, I was bullied a lot for like my skin color because my skin is like very dark.
Hmm.
Even
Hmm.
though everybody else in my class is black, I
Hmm.
still I was bullied for that. I also have a dyslexia as well too. So people made fun of my voice and that I couldn't really read and stuff.
Hmm. Hmm.
And like my body, yeah, pretty much everything about me I was really picked on, so it really affected my self-esteem.
Hmm.
So I thought, and back then I didn't really see a lot of like black cosplayers back then, so I thought I probably look ridiculous, cosplay my favorite character even though I really want to.
Hmm.
But then like around 2010, I was a senior in high school. My friends from high school actually convinced me to go to New York Comic Con
Hmm.
to cosplay with them. We cosplay from different series, but they really convinced me, and I was like super shy and nervous because this was also my first con as well too. So I cosplayed Haruhi Suzumiya from this anime called The Melancholy.
I have
Haruhi.
no idea what
Yeah.
that is. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, really? It's actually really it's really good. It's
Huh?
very well known for this dance as well too.
What's the
So
dance? What's the dance?
it's called the Hari Hari Yukai. It's also their ending song, but there's like a dance sequence. Like back then, like it was like very popular in anime conventions, all that people would dance from that shit, would
Uh-huh.
dance
Uh-huh.
along. So I was cosplaying Haruhi. I bought the outfit online. I didn't, and I used like my real hair instead of a wig, and
Mhm,
I used like a black headband instead of the yellow one that she wears. And
mhm,
so we brought our cosplays to school,
mhm.
and then like after when school ended, then we changed to our cosplays at school, and then went to the convention. Like along the way, it was very interesting. You know, people were staring at us. They were wondering what's going on. Like,
Yeah,
oh, and
yeah,
one of my
that's
friends like,
normal. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. No, but back then I wasn't really used to it. But now that years later I'm cosplay, I'm like, yep, it's convention or whatever. So my friends were there along with me. I was very nervous, but then like everybody at the convention that I met and stuff, they were very nice and polite. People stopped me
Mhm,
for photos, and
mhm.
my cosplay wasn't perfect, but people really liked it. I even did a dance with some people as well too,
Yeah.
like those who like recognized me. So it really made me feel happy and
Mhm.
confident. So then I was like, you know what? Let me do this again next year. Years later, and I'm still cosplaying.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah. So I know it's not the most amusing story, but that's kind of how I got into it.
No, I mean, your story is your story. It's always interesting to hear about how everyone, just got into cosplay. I've been talking to a lot of cosplayers over the last few days and, following more
Mhm.
people, and everyone's story is always unique, and I love to hear it.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, yeah,
Well,
yeah.
that's true.
Hmm. So, where do you cosplay out of? Oh, like, which state are you in? Which city?
I'm from Bronx, New York. I'm
Bronx.
mostly in the New York City area.
Hmm. So you go to a lot of large conventions up there, right? Because their conventions are insane.
Yes. So I mostly go to New York Comic Con, WinterCon,
Huh?
Anime NYC. That one is fairly new and
Hmm.
it's really good so far.
Hmm.
I mostly go to more of the smaller conventions,
Hmm.
like like a Castle Point Anime Convention in the New Jersey. But the bigger ones that I do go to is New York Comic Con and I do go and Anime NYC, which that one's newer but it's getting bigger and stuff. So
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
mostly I don't really go too much out of state, but I mostly stay within New York.
Gotcha, gotcha. Which of those conventions is your favorite?
I would say right now definitely Anime NYC
Hmm.
is
Why?
really I felt well personally for me because one I'm more so into anime. I do like comics, but I'm more so into anime, and two I felt the convention like the people running it really like care about their attendees and stuff.
Hmm.
Because sometimes you have like conventions, they more so care more about the money, and they don't really listen to the attendees when they talk about complaints and stuff.
Hmm.
But AMA NYC, they really care about the attendees, everything. Like recently, they updated the rules to include like people because unfortunately in some conventions there are people cosplaying as Nazis and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they're unfortunately so like they no one at AMC has done that. People were concerned that AMC added that rule, and then a bunch of us also spoke to them to. And then when we saw that they had this policy with the no Nazis and stuff, we were very happy about that. But then we also messaged a lot of us messaged them to also add for attendees not to cosplay in blackface as well,
Hmm.
because unfortunately people like in the cosplay community, like mostly white cosplayers, they will put on blackface and stuff, and
Hmm.
that is like very disrespectful.
Hmm. Hmm.
And I think last week in Anime Central, I heard that there was someone in blackface as well too. I'm not sure if you heard about that.
I didn't. I didn't.
Yeah, it was like all over Twitter. I think you know the series Fate Stay Night.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I do. I
Yeah.
love that series.
Oh, nice. Me
Hmm.
too. So there was this person, he was cosplaying, I think it was one of Archer's other outfits or something like that. I'm not that into. I mean, I love the Fate series, but I haven't been playing like Fate Go and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But someone was like, I think it was like his ultra. Someone like and his skin is like dark, like a black person. So someone actually, literally, a white person actually like put dark makeup and stuff to like make his skin darker. It was pretty insane and stuff. So people were asking for Anime NYC to add that rule, and they're actually thinking of like adding it in too. They're actually going to add that in. So they really and it's also there's lots of fun things to do. Anime NYC. So I don't know. I just have like a great time out of all the conventions, but I do like the other conventions too. So yeah.
Okay, that works. That works. Perfect. So, what has been your most popular cosplay?
To be honest, I'm not sure. I'm going to have to say maybe my Yoko Littner cosplay, the space version of it that I did.
And remind
I,
us what series that's from for all of us who
oh,
don't know.
it's from the anime Gurren Lagann.
Oh, yes, yes. Okay.
I think is that one my Tharja from Fire Emblem Awakening,
Hmm. Hmm.
and I think maybe my Bowsette from
Mm.
yeah Bowsette
Yeah, from
and probably my Junko Enoshima. Well, back then my Junko Enoshima was kind of popular from the series Danganronpa.
Yep, yep. Hmm.
So I would say maybe one of those. To be honest, I'm not really sure which one
Hmm.
because I try to do different stuff, but I'm assuming it's probably those.
Okay, so what made you want to cosplay as them?
Well, mostly I would like mostly the designs, and also I love the characters as well too.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
And sometimes when I cosplay, I always like to challenge myself to try to learn new things as well.
Hmm. Hmm.
So
Okay. Cool, cool. And so that brings me to my next question is which do you usually make all your cosplays or do you buy them?
nowadays I mostly make my cosplays, but when I first started, I would mostly buy and try to make some of the accessories.
Hmm.
Now I just completely make my cosplays.
Very nice, very nice. So like what material do you use and where do you get it from?
All right, so the materials, it depends on which cosplay that I'm doing, but mostly I mostly get fabrics from the fabric store,
Hmm.
and I would get like some I would sometimes use like EVA foam, craft foam, which
Hmm.
craft foam I could get at Michael's, and EVA foam I usually get at like liquidator stores or Home Depot,
Hmm.
whatever. But it depends on what I'm making.
Hmm. What's your most like which material do you enjoy working with the most?
Definitely spandex.
Why
Yeah,
spandex?
I don't know. Personally, I don't know. Some people believe that spandex is hard to sew, but personally, I think it's easier to sew.
Hmm.
Like with stretch fabrics, you could easily stretch fabrics to me. I feel is a bit more easier compared to more the non-stretch.
Hmm.
That's I don't know. That's just my opinion, but
Yeah, 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 yeah. I got you. I got. I mean, I don't know how to sew, and I've never even
uh,
attempted making a cosplay because I only have. Th- no, I think I have like three or four, but I bought all of them. I'm not creative
oh
enough.
wow.
Yeah, nowhere near creative enough to make them. So I admire the people who do, and when I see these cosplays that are, especially like I have a thing for the classics, and then I also like Monster Hunter a lot. When I see some of these cosplays, I'm
Oh
like,
wow.
Jesus Christ, yeah, it's insane.
Oh wow. I
So
haven't I haven't played the Monster Hunter series, but I've seen like people cosplay from them. They look like really good.
yeah, they look insane. I'm like, I can't even imagine how much time and effort you put into that.
Yeah.
Nice. So, touching a bit more on the POC community, what do you think about its current state? What are your ideas on
Well then, hold on, I'm just
it?
drinking my water. The POC community or the black cosplayers
Or we'll
community,
just
or
go with
both?
the black cosplay community.
Okay, so I feel it's very welcoming, it's very encouraging. I like it. It's kind of a mixture of both. I really enjoy it and I love the people there, but I feel like maybe there's some things that maybe we can do better
Hmm.
and stuff.
Such as.
Well, then I probably might get hate and stuff like that for saying this.
Hmm.
But I in my at least from what I've seen, we're very encouraging to each other. But I feel like for most places, mostly for those who look a certain way.
Hmm.
I don't know how to describe this. My brain is like scattered, but I'm noticing like with the POC cosplayers and black cosplayers in general, like the ones that we like share the most, the ones we share and hype up the most are those who look more ideal,
Hmm.
lighter skin, thinner,
Hmm. Hmm.
racially ambiguous.
Hmm.
And that's not their fault. I'm not trying to like hate on those cosplayers. They're amazing. That's not their fault. But I feel like, and I noticed that we don't really hype out those who are super marginalized, like those who are plus size,
Hmm.
darker skin. I like there's like so many of us out there and we're just as good as the ideal cosplayers, but I feel we should be sharing, I mean along with sharing them, we should be also be sharing, the underdogs
Yeah, 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 yeah.
as well.
Of course. And that's actually,
Well,
kind of what I
I'm
focused on for this podcast. Getting the cosplayers that are not really well known about. I mean, you're actually pretty popular. I mean, you have a lot of people who subscribe to your page, at least by
no.
my standards. I mean, you have a good, let's see, about 4,000 people. That's a good bit, in my opinion. What are your, goals in terms of growing your page and growing your cosplay?
Well, my goals is to, not only get better at like craftsmanship and stuff because I feel my craftsmanship should use some work, but I'm hoping, I'm hoping to be like I stutter a lot, I'm very scattered brain right
You're fine.
now.
You're fine.
But yeah, just definitely, improve my skills. I'm hoping one day to be like a guest at a convention if I do get popular enough and improve on but I need to like improve on my skills and everything.
Hmm.
Cause yeah, cause I noticed, even at conventions too, there's not a lot of like there's not a lot of black
Yeah.
cosplay
Yeah.
guests.
Not at all.
But but when they do have black cosplay guests, it's like I said, though the racial ambiguous,
Hmm. Hmm.
those who are lighter skinned, thinner. I barely see plus size, darker skinned, black cosplayers as guests. I mostly see those who are very ideal, and I'm hoping like if I do get like if I work very hard on my craftsmanship and everything, and if I do become a guest, I hope it inspires other people to not, to never give up, to show people that we're just as good as all the others.
Hmm. I got you. Definitely. Definitely. You
Yeah.
that's an awesome message that I hope a lot of people who are eventually listening to this podcast pick up on.
Yeah.
So I guess that also ties into uh, what is your least favorite part of the cosplay world, of the cosplay convention scene?
Definitely the elitism and the bullying.
Okay.
That shit has to stop.
Hmm.
Oh, sorry. I
You're
curse. Is it
fine. You're fine.
okay? Good. In case you're trying to put this on YouTube, I don't want you to get demonetized
Oh,
or
no,
anything.
no, no. It's just going on my blog for now. Not even branching to
Okay.
YouTube yet.
Okay. Cause cosplay it has become mainstream and stuff, and I like that it's mainstream. I'm
Hmm.
probably one of the few people who like that's becoming mainstream, cause now like more and more people know what it is, and more people want to join and stuff, and now people are making a living, earning money through cosplay and stuff. I
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Yeah, I love that it's mainstream, but at the same time, I felt that it becoming mainstream it kind of made the bullying and elitism even worse. I mean, back then it was still there, but it becoming mainstream, I guess it made it more well known. I guess you could say. I don't know if I'm making sense or
No, no,
whatever,
I,
but
I get what you're saying.
so yeah, because unfortunately, people, in the cosplay community look down on you if you like look a certain way. If you're like I said, if you're like darker skin, plus size,
Hmm.
if you're not, if you're not thin or lighter skin, or if you don't have abs, or if you are plus size, then if you are plus size, like the only way that they like I guess appreciate you is if you have the hourglass shape and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have like a stomach or smaller boobs or no abs or if you're like darker skin
Mm-hmm.
or whatever, then like people kind of like then people look down on you. They bully you. They think your cosplay sucks and
Mm-hmm.
stuff. They kind of, I feel like they kind of are very critical. I've noticed they're very much more critical of your cosplay compared if someone who's not plus size or whatever
Mm-hmm.
does the same thing if they miss like a lot of details on their cosplay. They're much more lenient. But if you're like not the ideal, and if you miss just one small detail, then they go in on you.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
definitely.
for instance, I cosplayed a Cammy from Street Fighter.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I cosplay. I did her for New York Comic Con last year, and the thing was, I finished everything, but I missed the You know how on her legs she has the war paint on her legs.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah,
she
I
has
don't
the
think I
green.
ever even paid attention, but yeah.
Yeah, like she had the green war paint on her legs. So
Hmm.
I had tights that are similar to my skin color. I was planning to color the war paint on the tights, but I lost track of time. I didn't have time to do it.
Hmm.
And so, oh my god, when I first showed my cami, like online and stuff, people were going in like, "What? Where's the?" People were like complaining that I missed out on the freaking paint tights or whatever,
Hmm.
and they didn't focus on everything else. Like I
I
work because
mean,
I worked on. Yeah, they're like super nitpicky, but
yeah.
yet I see like the popular cosplayers and stuff, those who are like thinner and lighter skin, miss the war panda legs, and no one's saying anything. In fact, they're getting a critical acclaim for their cosplay. Whereas with me, people were like going in on me because of the freaking paint and stuff. And I'm just like, oh my god, are you
Yeah, yeah.
serious?
Yeah, I know. I have realized, scrolling through the pages that people in the cosplay world, community, whatever have you, are just extremely, extremely not only hypocritical but very analytical. And I'm like,
Yeah,
guys, like it's only a minor detail. Like it's not that big of a deal, and this is just for fun. Anyways, I could see, if this was like some type
exactly.
of peer-reviewed system, or someone's life hung on the balance of my details.
Yeah.
It's like, no, man, this is just for fun. Relax a little bit. So yeah, I know
There's
what you mean.
like they were seriously blowing their heads because I missed the freaking tights, but yet they didn't pay attention to they didn't pay attention to the outfit that I did and the freaking bracers that I did, which
Mhm.
those were like one of my best parts. They're focusing on the missing paint, war paint or
Yeah,
whatever. I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah,
ugh.
yeah. That's just unfortunately the cosplay world.
And also, and like I said, there's also the elitism in the cosplay community, like well, the elitism and also like kind of people like with like cosplay with conventions like not hiring, not getting cosplay guests, and also with cosplay photographers and videographers. Well, there's like so many out there who refuse to shoot or work with black and plus size cosplayers
Hmm.
and stuff. And it's really sad too because we are willing to pay these people, but they don't want to work with us because we're
Yeah.
not their quote unquote aesthetic
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
stuff. And I always mention this. I mentioned this so many times on Twitter that most of these photographers and videographers or whatever, they have a huge influence on the community.
Yeah.
And like, and most of them like they mostly post, white, thinner, lighter skin cosplayers. They mostly work with them and stuff, and they mostly post them. They don't even post them. They don't even post I don't see like no melanin in
Hmm.
their portfolio and stuff, and it's like and it's and some of them make excuses like oh I don't know how to shoot with dark skin and stuff.
Hmm.
Like if you're trying to call yourself a professional, you should know how to shoot like with all skin tones
Yeah, yeah.
and
I
stuff.
agree. Hmm.
I mean, I've seen your work. You've done some great stuff. Like
Oh, thank you, thank you.
yeah, I really love your work, and I love you how you shoot everybody too. So I appreciate that.
Ah, thank you.
Yeah, and I talk to like some of my friends who do photography stuff, and they say shooting with like dark skin is not hard.
No,
Like you
no.
just need to, I think you just need to change like maybe a few settings or whatever.
Yeah.
But
And it's also kind of, I think, because, since I am black also, I'm
hmm
accustomed to shooting other black people. I use my
right,
sister, I use my brother, I use my mother, my aunt, all of them, all of them are black. So, you know, to me, I'd never even thought about it because, you're bringing it up now and I'm like, huh, it's not something I ever even ran through my mind. A picture is a picture and a person is a person to me. And yeah,
right.
I mean, of course,
It
you have to
should
change some
like it should
settings,
be.
but yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So that's a very interesting point that I never even considered before.
And because of that, like a lot of black cosplayers feel that maybe they're not good enough, and some black people who are looking like who look some black people from outside the community who are looking in who maybe want to start cosplaying, they mostly see because if you Google up cosplay, you barely see like black
Of
people
course, of
in
course.
it, even though we're out there and stuff.
Hmm.
They look at it, they feel all right, maybe I'm not, maybe I won't look good, cosplaying because I don't really see myself out there.
Hmm.
So like I feel like, black cosplayers, we need to be hyped up like a lot more.
Hmm.
We're like and I feel like, more photographers and videographers or whatever, they should diversify their portfolio and stuff. And if they don't know how to shoot with black people, then they should practice before, posting on their social media that they're booking shoots and stuff.
Hmm.
They should, I feel like they should like practice if they don't know how. And apparently like it's not really hard to shoot black people, and
No.
yeah, I'm not sure you saw like on my Instagram and stuff, but for like my Bowsette cosplay,
Yeah, I've seen your Bowsette cosplay.
yeah, my Bowsette, my Yumiko Jabami,
Hmm.
my Joseph Joestar, my friend, her name is Gogo Cosplay Photography, and she's the one that shot those photos,
Hmm.
and she and the photos are amazing, and
They are.
she
They're
only
really
been
good.
they're really good, and you guys should follow her, and and if you guys are like in New York City area, and if she's going to a con that you're going to be sure to hit her up. She shoots with everybody, and
Hmm.
she's only been doing photography for a few years and stuff. And she's like, yeah, it's not that hard to shoot black people or whatever. So there's no excuse.
Yeah, there really isn't.
Yeah, like, so I feel like yeah, people should stop being freaking racist and fatphobic and all that, and or just just be honest and stop bullshitting by like lying to people, saying when yeah, that's another thing. There are black cosplayers and plus size cosplayers that they would message these photographers,
Hmm.
because they saw their ad that they're looking to fill out spots for their shoots or whatever at conventions or whatnot.
Hmm.
And the photographers, they will lie to these cosplayers, say, "Oh, the it's full and stuff or whatever," but then a few minutes later, whatever, they're still advertising that there's still that spots are still available and stuff. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
it unfortunately it's been happening, and I feel like they really need to stop doing that and just be honest, be like, no, I don't want to shoot you or whatever, and stop like, yeah, just they need to stop. They need to stop being ridiculous. It's just ridiculous.
I gotcha. I gotcha. I can see you feel, yeah, very strongly about that topic. So
Oh yeah.
I'm glad you get to voice your opinion.
Oh yeah.
So we can change gears a little bit and
Yay.
switch into a bit more of the humorous side. What has the craziest thing? Well, what is the craziest thing you've seen at a convention, or the craziest thing that's happened to you at a convention where you just sat back and thought, what just happened? Like, I don't even comprehend what just happened or what I just saw.
Hmm. Well, I'm trying to think because there's like so much.
Hmm.
Because of convention, there's always like crazy stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Is it crazy like humorous or crazy like what do you mean by like crazy?
Crazy as in you literally, your mind just kind of went blank. You had no response, you had no opinion. You were just like, I don't even know what I just saw. I don't even know what just happened. Why am I here? What is going on?
Hmm. Yeah, because I'm trying. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to think really hard about this.
Don't think too hard. It could be anything. Maybe you saw, I don't know, all of a sudden somebody just pull a backflip out of nowhere. You're like, what? That wasn't even warranted. No one asked you to do that. Where did that come from?
I'm not sure if it's humor. I don't think. No, this part isn't really humorous. All right, so I went. I went to. It was 2017 or whatnot in January. I went to this convention called the Black Comic Book Festival,
Mhm.
and I was dressed up as Wonder Woman from one of the DC animated movies. It was in that version of her. And
Mhm.
I was just walking, and then this dude approached me, and he said he really liked my cosplay and stuff. I'm like, oh, okay, awesome, thank you.
Mhm.
Or, and he's like, so where can I get the comics? I'm like, you could go at a comic book store and to get them. And he's like, no, and no, and then he's like, no, I'm talking about where can I get the comics through that sexy body of yours. I'm like, no, dude, stop. Cause that came out of nowhere. Cause I felt uncomfortable when he said that. I'm like,
Maybe he was trying to shoot his shot.
yeah, but that's not really the way to go by. Like no, no,
No, no, that wasn't doing it for you.
no. Yeah.
So, can I ask if you're single?
Well, I'm not gonna say anything about that.
Okay, okay, gotcha. Well, I'll rephrase it as, do you have any con crushes?
Well, actually, well, with a lot of people, I have a lot of crushes, but
Mhm.
I prefer, just be friends with them and stuff like that.
Gotcha, gotcha. Okay, okay.
But they're cute though. They're cute.
They're cute, okay.
Yeah.
So, I seem to have noticed, the cosplay field seems to be pretty female dominated. I don't really
Mm.
see that many male cosplayers making it as big as female cosplayers. So, what do you
Hmm.
think well, that's just, of course, my opinion, but what do you think males could do to, make it bigger in the cosplay field?
That is an excellent question.
Hmm.
I'm trying to think really hard about that. But yeah, but this is true though. Like the cosplay community is more so female dominated. There are lots of male cosplayers out
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
There's definitely a lot, but I feel like for some reason, like more people are sharing a lot more female cosplayers,
exactly.
which that's fine. They want to share them, but I would love to see more male cosplayers be hyped up and praised because their stuff is really great and amazing.
Hmm.
I feel like maybe like for conventions,
Hmm.
or actually for people really to like I would love for them to hype up and share a lot more male cosplayers and for cosplay guests
Hmm.
cuz cuz usually the audience usually like emails conventions to like request guests and stuff, and
Hmm.
there's like I know some conventions they do like there's forms where you could request like certain type of guests like cosplay or whatnot. I suggest more people should request a lot more male cosplayers to be guests as well because I noticed with guests there's not a lot of male cosplay guests as well.
Yeah, yeah.
So I feel like they should be hyped. I feel like they should be hyped up a lot more. And for male cosplayers, I my advice I guess to not give up, to like keep pushing
Hmm.
because I know because surely I know it might not seem that not a lot of people are noticing you, but people will notice if you like not give up and keep being passionate and have fun with it or whatever.
Hmm. Hmm. So you
She's
basically keep fighting the good fight.
yeah.
Okay, okay. I can definitely agree with that. Um, Speaking on, we were talking about cosplay photographers earlier and them, tailoring only to a certain group. Um, what has been your experience specifically with both with the cosplay photography world? Because, I'm a cosplay photographer, and
Hmm.
what do you think, how do I say it? How can you get more cosplayers to actually seek out cosplay photographers, and appreciate their skills?
How for them to seek them out?
Hmm. Like, for example, I feel like a lot of cosplayers don't, they feel like they can essentially do their own cosplay photos. And
Yeah.
sometimes, you're like, hey, you spend all this work on your cosplay. You really should get some professional pictures done. So, like, I guess, how can we better bridge the gap between cosplay photographers and cosplayers?
Hmm. Now that's an excellent freaking question. Oh my god. See, my brain is so scattered. It's like, overheating and stuff. But like how can cosplayers, reach out to photographers or
Yeah, like, just if you're at a convention and you feel like, I really want to get some professional cosplay photos done, but I don't feel I can afford them. What do you think, like, would be some things that they could maybe work out with the photographer, or what could they do to just get to that point where I'm getting more cosplay photographers to take my picture?
hmm, I would say like maybe make friends.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, because I know like money is a factor too.
Of
That
course, of
sometimes,
course,
yeah, because like because paying photographers depending on the prices, it could be expensive and stuff.
of
So
course.
I would say like ask some friends if you know of like a friend who does photography and stuff. If you know of a friend who's like starting out with like photography, like and they need like practice, you can like reach out to them and you reach out to them and I guess it'll be good for both of us because you're going to have photos taken, and also the photographer, they'll, if they're, especially if they're starting out, they will practice and stuff, and I guess build relationships, and
That's definitely a
yeah,
good way to reach out to cosplay photographers, because
yeah,
I just noticed that I've had a hard time sometimes, not only booking clients, but just getting people to come over for shoots, because everyone is so afraid. They're like, oh, they're going to charge me $100 for a shoot. And it's like, I actually started doing donation cosplay shoots where it's like, you
hmm,
know what? If you got $1, you pay $1. If you got $5, you pay $5, whatever. You pay whatever you feel you can,
yeah,
because,
right,
I'm more interested in the pictures and just, having a good time than I am actually about the money. So,
right,
yeah, I think that's at least my method of trying to get
mm,
more cosplay photos in.
right.
Yeah. But, all right, so let's go ahead and switch gears again.
We're
And,
switching like 20 gears today.
oh yeah, this car has a lot of gears. And unfortunately we don't have a lot of time, so we have to limit each
Oh
gear.
darn.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think anyone wants to listen to a 2.5 hour podcast. So,
Yeah.
so what do you think about photoshopped images versus unphotoshopped images?
All right, so I feel, well, I kind of like them both. I like the unshop. Of course, they're very natural and stuff.
Hmm.
But then for the shop, I feel that doing a little bit is okay, like a retouch, like some
Hmm.
skin retouch and all that. But if you're doing like way, but if you're doing way too much, like if it's like way too much up to the point where you're literally like altering the person's body, they look completely different,
Hmm.
then I feel that's way too much. But if it's like just a little touch up and stuff like that or whatnot, then I think it's fine. But if it's like too much, it's not good. And then those that are like with no Photoshop on it, with no Photoshop, I think a lot more natural and stuff. If you want to go for a natural part, but with the Photoshop, I feel there is a problem with that as well too. Like because there are like some cosplayers and photographers, they photoshop the cosplayer like way too much that people, they look at it and they kind of feel bad about themselves that they don't look, that their bodies aren't perfect or whatnot. They
Hmm.
don't have, that they feel, oh, my skin's not good enough, my I don't have that hourglass shape or whatnot, and they do like and unfortunately they do like possibly dangerous stuff to try to achieve that. I feel like maybe there's a bit of a problem with that. Maybe don't. go overboard with the Photoshop and
So, do you usually use like contact lenses in your shoots?
no. Personally I can't wear contacts, so I don't, use contacts, but I do use try to use makeup, and
Mhm.
especially now trying to get into that, so
Mhm. Mhm. Okay. You know,
yeah, I feel yeah, because I know, pretty much almost all the cosplayers, most of the cosplayers I know have used contacts and stuff, and contacts are cool and stuff, but I feel it's not really necessary because not everybody can wear contacts.
mhm.
So, I mean, if you want to do it, that's fine, but if you don't, that's not the end of the world. But
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, because I was actually just interviewing another cosplayer, and I was talking about that, and I would like to, maybe try to introduce that into my cosplay, but I'm just terrified of putting things into my eyes. So,
yeah,
well,
definitely, yeah,
yeah,
I'll say definitely, get a prescription and I guess, yeah, yeah, if you're like ordering the contacts online, just be very careful.
hmm. I got you. Okay. So I think we're actually well, we're coming up to the end of the interview.
Mm.
Was there anything that you wanted to just say, or anything I didn't cover that you wanted to talk about?
All right, so for everybody listening, for those of you who want to get into cosplay, or those of you who are into already into cosplay, but they're like kind of feeling down about themselves, like you guys are beautiful people. Don't let, fools give you those negative thoughts. Cosplay as anybody you want. Your skin color, your body size, your gender, sexual orientation, your disability, none of that matters. Cosplay as your favorite character. Have fun with it, make friends, because cosplaying really does give you the confidence. It really boosts your self-esteem. So like, don't let the trolls and the haters pull you down.
Hmm.
Cosplay's ready to eat for everybody. Everybody can do it no matter what. So, and trust me, like, if people are bringing you down, call me and I will deal with them. I will deal with it. I like myself and everybody else. We're your number one fans, so go ahead and knock yourself out, have fun, and stay positive.
Nice, nice. Okay, very nice message. So, as one final question, is there anyone in
Yay.
the cosplay is there anyone in the cosplay community that you look up to?
Okay, pulls that list. All right, but I really love one of my favorites is Chibi Magical Girl, aka PT Ebby Cosplay.
Chibi
She
PT Epic Cosplay.
Yeah, she's really amazing. I really love her. I really love her works. I speak to her a bunch of times. She's very sweet. I love her. I love Be Nerdish cosplays
Hmm.
as well. I also love Ember Within cosplay. Blinded by Fear, who he does so many great cosplays, mostly from Fire Emblem and stuff. So, and I love Fire Emblem. He's really awesome.
Hmm.
I also love Mana Knight cosplay
Never heard
as
of that.
well.
Never heard of most of these people. I'm like I said,
Oh,
I'm still new.
really?
I'm very
Really?
new to the
You
cosplay.
gotta follow
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
I'm gonna link you up. They're so wonderful. They're amazing people. I also love Tranquil Ashes cosplay as well too. You at least heard of her, right? Tranquil
No,
Ashes.
I don't think so.
Well, real wow.
I'm like I said, I've been on a small hiatus from the cosplay world, and I'm trying to jump in, feet first at the moment. So we're
Oh
going with that.
wow. Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, and also yeah, Go Cosplay Photography that I mentioned.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
also a cosplayer as well too. Lil Heathen Cosplay, and she's like my cosplay mom. Like
Hmm.
she's been cosplaying for a very long time. Her photography skills are good, and so is her cosplay skills. They're amazing.
Hmm.
You should definitely follow her, and also and I'm pretty sure you know her Stellar Nebula.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm good
Yes,
friends with her.
she's a sweetheart, and I love her. I love her cosplays. Her makeup skills is very amazing
Yeah,
too.
I'm supposed to be seeing her tomorrow.
Oh wow! Yo, can you please tell her I say hi?
Definitely will. Definitely will.
Yay!
Perfect. Perfect. Well, that's basically the end of this episode. I want to say thank you again to Stardust Megu for taking some time to speak with us and share her thoughts on everything.
Yay! And thank you for having me. I'm so happy to be here.
No problem. No problem. Yeah. Hopefully, we can actually link up at one of the cons these days.
Oh my God, yes. Like I really need to go down to the southern cons as well eventually.
And I need to go up to the northern cons.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks again. And until next time, everyone, stay boundless.
See ya.
See ya.